What's up guys? Today I'm checking out the brand new Xiaomi 14. Now this phone on paper has everything. It seems like the most complete flagship spec smartphone we have seen so far with no compromise. So let's find out exactly what this phone can do and how good it really is. Starting off with the design. So I have here the jade green color. The corners are rounded and the edge of the phone also has a subtle roundness to it. So yeah, it feels nice and comfortable in the hands. Now this is a compact flagship smartphone, and just to give you an idea, here is the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra side by side. So that should give you an indication of how compact this smartphone is when compared to the S24 Ultra. And the dimensions of the Xiaomi 14, it's 152.8 millimeters by 71.5 millimeters, and it's only 8.5 millimeters in thickness and weighs around 193 grams. The phone is constructed from a metal frame, and we have Gorilla Glass Victus on the front and 3D curved glass on the back with a mirror finish. And I'm also quite pleased to say this phone has IP68 certification. Now, I like the color, I like the design, and I like the size, but the mirror finish will pick up some fingerprints. Now, camera bump design, it's a interesting square design with a nice jade green trim. It does slightly protrude out, but not too much. And you have three 50 megapixel Leica sensors. My camera test is coming up later in the video. Main color options are black, white, or jade green, which I have here. The black one is actually matte finish. The white and jade green both have this mirror-like finish. So overall, very nice design, and no doubt the phone feels super premium in the hands. For ports, at the bottom, we have a dual 5G SIM tray, so there is no micro SD expansion. We have a microphone, Type-C charging port, and a loudspeaker. On this side, we have volume rocker and power button. Up on top, we have nothing. And I was actually thinking to myself, where is the IR blaster? And I thought this phone does not have an IR blaster. But going by Xiaomi's track record, I felt there had to be an IR blaster in this phone. So I tested it with IR Test app, and it does detect an IR blaster in the phone. And not only that, I also tested it with my main LG TV and it works fine. So even though you can't see it, there is an IR blaster in this phone. And finally, on this side, there is nothing, just one antenna line. All right, so let me give you guys a quick look at what you get inside the box. So you get your paperwork. This comes with a black silicone case to get you started. And I'll quickly install it just to show you what it looks like. So it's nice that Xiaomi includes a basic case to get you started, and a 90-watt fast charger is included in the box. All right, it's now time to talk about that incredible display. This is a 6.36-inch AMOLED LTPO display with 120 Hz refresh, and by default this does support dynamic refresh rate, so it can adjust the refresh rate automatically between 1 and 120 Hz, and you even have the option to go 60 Hz or 120 Hz all the time. But of course it's best to leave it on dynamic to give you that best battery life. This is a Pro HDR display and supports Dolby Vision, HDR10 Plus, and HLG. You also have TUV Rheinland flicker-free and low blue light certifications. Resolution is 2670 by 1200, and you get 3000 nits of peak brightness and up to 240 Hz of touch sampling. So a very beautiful display. I love the compact size of the screen. Colors and contrasts are also top-notch level. So now let's talk performance. The Xiaomi 14 is powered by the latest Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, which is a 4nm octa-core clocked at 3.3 GHz, combined with Adreno 750 graphics. Now for RAM and storage, you have 12 gigs of LPDDR5 RAM and a choice between 256 or 512 gigabytes of UFS 4.0 storage. Now this one here is the 12 plus 512 variant in jade green. Now you can also expand that RAM from within settings. So if you hit settings, if you tap on additional settings and then tap on memory extension, you can then select up to 8 gigs of virtual RAM, which is taken from your free storage space. So effectively giving you 12 gigs of RAM plus 8 gigs of virtual RAM, giving you a total of 20 gigs of RAM. Now, benchmark results are coming up a little bit later in the video, but first, let's talk gaming. The The Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 is a very powerful chipset and it's perfectly optimized for gaming. So we're looking at the COD graphics settings and you can see the maximum selectable graphics and frame rate is both max at the same time. If you try and select ultra frame rate, graphics will drop down to medium. Now this smartphone also features stereo speakers. We've got one on the earpiece and we've got another one bottom firing. And they also support Dolby ATMOS sound. So let's do a very quick sound test. So built-in speakers sound absolutely amazing, very loud and immersive sound. Really nice to have Dolby ATMOS sound. Gaming was also an enjoyable experience. Now let's talk cameras. On the back we have three 50 megapixel Leica sensors. That's 50 megapixel primary, 50 megapixel ultra wide, and we have a 50 megapixel telephoto lens. And on the front in the center we have a 32 megapixel selfie camera. Now quick walkthrough of the camera menus. We have Pro mode, Movie mode, we've got video mode, and under video mode you can select your resolution. So you can see 4K 60 and maximum resolution is 8K at 24 frames. We've got photo mode, portrait mode, documents. Then under more you have a whole bunch of options including 50 megapixel, slow-mo videos, short films, time-lapse, director mode, and so on and so forth. Okay, so let's check out some samples, starting off with 8K at 24 frames. You can see the video is looking pretty sharp and stabilization is actually not bad. Now we are picking up some glare from the sun, which is kind of expected. It's a very bright day today. Now this clip is 4K 60 and HDR is not available in 4K 60 and it's not available in 8K either. So again, pretty nice sharp looking video. We're getting a little bit of sun glare, but other than that, it's a very nice detailed stabilized looking video. Now this clip here is 4K 30 with HDR active. And you can see again, colors and contrasts are looking great. Very nice detailed 4K video capture and similar results in relation to the dynamic range. And switching to the front camera and shooting in its maximum video resolution, which is 4K 60, and again very pleased with the results. You're getting great detailed and stabilized looking 4K video capture from the front camera as well. Alright, rear cameras, let's test out the zoom first of all. So this is 1x, this is 2x, now this here is 3x zoom. We are now entering 5x zoom. This is 10x zoom and the photo is still looking good. 30x zoom, I'm impressed, and maximum zoom is 60x, and this phone might even give the S24 Ultra a run for its money. Alright, so next up we are checking out some photo samples, and in the standard photo mode this phone shoots at 12.5 megapixel binge shots, and the on-screen samples you are seeing right now are simple point and shoot shots testing out various scenarios including low light indoor shots. And here are some selfies, and I was quite surprised to see that the front camera actually shoots in its maximum resolution by default. So that's 6528 by 4896 full resolution 32 megapixel selfies as standard. Furthermore, this phone has a battery capacity of 4,610 mAh and does support 90 watt fast charging, and the charger is included in the box. Now the battery will easily last you 1 day with heavy usage, and the charging speeds are pretty fast, and in my test it took 41 minutes to get from 0 to 100%. Furthermore, this phone is running Android 14 with Xiaomi's HyperOS on top. You also get Wi-Fi 7, dual SIM 5G, Bluetooth 5.4, NFC, and Google services are included as standard. So complete Play Store, YouTube, Gmail, everything is there without limitations. Now let's check out more about the system and benchmarks. So DRM info shows Google Widevine level 1. And that means Netflix is supported in HD quality and supports Dolby Vision and spatial audio. And quick look at the Netflix playback settings, and you can see their maximum playback resolution Full HD, and you can see the HDR capabilities, HDR10 and Dolby Vision. So streaming movies on Netflix is going to be an enjoyable experience with Dolby Vision. And here is CPU-Z, where you can check out the clock speeds, and you can see the GPU information, Adreno 750. So that brings us to our benchmarks, beginning with Geekbench, single core score of 2097 and multi-core score of 6519. And in the Antutu benchmark test, we achieved a massive score of 2 million. So insanely high benchmarks. And to give you an idea of how powerful this smartphone is, let's check out the latest smartphone performance chart of 2024, showing you all the latest smartphones and seeing how they compare with each other. All smartphones are ranked by benchmark performance scores, so higher the score, more powerful the phone, and therefore higher the phone ranks. So as you guys can see, the Xiaomi 14 has taken position 4 in this chart with a benchmark score of 2 million. And as usual, I will be constantly updating this chart. So to see the most recent, head over to chigstech.com to read it at your leisure, and of course completely free of charge. So there you have it guys, that was the new Xiaomi 14. And here are my pros and cons. So great overall design and build, beautiful AMOLED display, superb Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 performance, great battery life, 90 watt charging and 50 watt wireless charging. All cameras are pretty amazing. The phone supports USB-C display out, which is absolutely incredible. You have Dolby ATMOS and Dolby Vision, IP68 certification, TUV Rheinland certifications, and the only drawback I could find on this phone is the mirror finish on the back will certainly pick up fingerprints. And I tried my best to find other caveats and I just couldn't. This phone is that damn good. Bottom line, this is an impressive compact flagship smartphone. I love everything about it. A real treat to use, brilliantly constructed and jam-packed with technology to its teeth. The latest pricing information will be available in the description box below, along with other relevant links. Do consider subscribing to the channel for your daily dose of the latest and greatest unbiased tech reviews. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Peace.